Okay. Um. I'm almost ready to begin. Gonna get Miku logged in at this point. At this point, I'm just waiting for the queue to let me in before I actually switch the source over. Fair warning, I am extremely tired today. Here we go. So if I flub my speech more than usual, it's because it's like a triple whammy of like I've been run ragged over the past 5 days, and also I haven't been sleeping very well, so it's like oh my god. Don't be surprised if I end stream a little early tonight. In comparison to previous nights. Okay. There's one thing I gotta check on first, before we do anything. And that is a mechanic that I haven't talked about on stream, but have since unlocked on Miku. I've given her... There's no story content attached to this, so I've just given her access to this. Uh-huh. Oh, hello, Jay. Let's see here. The recruits appear to have carried out their task in a sufficiently competent manner. Be surprised at how many privates manage to lose their way on a simple patrol route. In any case, small successes like this will improve the unit's cohesion, help sharpen their individual skills. Yeah, so this is like a weird task management sim, like built into the game, where we have like a bunch of other characters we can level through this. If we start capping out characters through this and like manage this properly, Miku can hold way more company seals, and there's something upcoming that we're going to need a lot of company seals for. Like a lot. Like way too many. So you know, it may or may not be related to the fuck ass axe that is stapled to my back. Maybe. Decided that the squadron skills could use some sharpening. Check the regiment board for a list of available training courses. As much as I champion learning through doing, there are some things that need to be taught if the troops are to handle the tougher deployments. The more you bleed during training, the less you bleed on the field, as my old drill sergeant used to say. If we want the squadron to be the most elite unit in the Maelstrom, then we'd best not neglect their military education. Yeah, unfortunately, I kind of rolled pretty bad. Oh yeah, they also stand around and like do random stuff. My first time in here, all of them were doing this pose at various objects in the room. But you can check like what their stats are and stuff. We've got for some reason, okay, we have 2 healers. Then we have like an archer and a marauder. So, I imagine this takes time as well. I think you find the course name self-explanatory. Improve squadron attributes, providing increases to the unit's overall physical, mental, and tactical strength. Focus on which attribute is improved, the focus on which attribute is improved varies from course to course. Consider the values required for completing the more difficult missions when planning a regiment for your recruits. Each training course takes 1 hour to complete. Yep. Examine the regiment board to begin training courses. Yeah. The comprehensive one doesn't do anything. I'm going to send them on physical and mental. I think that's about all I can do in there. It's too rich my teeth hurt. Oh, Robert, good to see you. I have had that birthday cake. I can tell you it is very good. Okay, big thing we have to do tonight, okay? That I'm not letting us, like, continue on without. Okay, well, actually, hold on. First, we're gonna do this, actually. We're gonna do the Ninja Quest, because I know this thing is going to have some solo duty in it. So we're gonna have to pull ourselves out of any queues I put us in, unfortunately. Evil. Okay. My settings are right. I don't double check before stream or before doing anything. Okay. Miku, I look into your eyes today and I see a mind unclouded by worldly cares. Time has come. I would pass on to you the ancestral garb of the shinobi. All of it except one piece, right? Knowing that this day was close at hand, I've already made the necessary arrangements. With Karasu watching our every move, I cannot act freely. So I asked your friends of the Rogues Guild to send word to my village and arrange for the delivery of a set. Needless to say, this location must remain a secret. I have arranged for the goods to be delivered in secret to Daynaville checkpoint. A porter there will be expecting you. Tsubame and I must express our thanks to Captain Jack. Be mindful in your travels, Miku. We eagerly await your return. We'll be doing Odin just a little bit later. We still need to unlock him. And even if I unlock him and put us in the queue, the second I start doing what I had planned second, which is this, we are forced to jump out of the queue because every single ninja quest has a solo duty attached to it. All of them. So I think doing it like this is probably better. Besides, who knows if we'll even get into Odin tonight. I'll explain what that means for viewers who are not in the know when we unlock him. Because we're unlocking a very special trial tonight. One that is most players' first interaction with the most stubborn queues in the game. Expecting a shipment of goods, you say? Now that that strikes me as right curious on account of how a scraggly fellow came by not long ago to claim them. They were actually yours, you say? Well, ain't that a bloody coincidence? See, the fellow I talked to said that someone was like to come by saying just that, and if she did, he'd pay good coin for me to gut her good and proper. Oh my god. Anyways, about my package. Have mercy, if I knew you were this strong, I never would have taken his money. Oh, okay. Goodbye. Oh. Oh my god. And if I knew you were this incompetent, I would have put you out of your misery long ago. Hello, Karasu. Well, if it isn't my favorite chirping little horse bird. Oh, come now, I'm not that scary, am I? Should stab you. I heard from a little bird in Doma of a shipment en route to Eorzea in secret. I surmised, I'm quite good at that, you see, that it might have something to do with you and your friends, and I just had to know what was inside. Lo and behold, what did I find but a shiny set of Shinobi Guard? Why did you not tell me it was your name's day, little chick? I would have brought you something far more fitting, like a sack of Geisel greens. No, I fear Brother Dim and Sister Swallow are mistaken. You are not quite ready for such an honor. But this is no fault of your own. After all, the student is only as good as her teacher. But today is your lucky day, little chick, for a true master has come to take you under his wing. 4 crates, scattered to the wind, each containing one of the items you seek. 4 of my shadows guarding each piece with their lives. A test, one where failure means your death. Red Rooster Seed, Costa del Sol, GG Runes Trading Post, Camp Overlook. Claim that which you seek by your own hand, or die in the act. It is of little matter to me. If by some chance you survive, return here. You might just find a very special present awaits you. Now shoo, I say. I hate the little games he makes me play. You know, outside of Odin, tonight's probably going to be just like a kind of chill night. Maybe work on some crafter and gatherer quests, you know. Nothing too strenuous. Get some nice, easy stuff out of the way. Because, God, I am so tired. Oh, I also gave Miku access to the hunt board. Again, no story attached to it. It's not even a mechanic you guys are gonna see me do. Just once a week, it's a chance for me to get more ways to enhance the bravura. So, that's all it is to me right now. Maybe someday I'll talk in more detail about what it's actually like. It's not that interesting of a mechanic, to be totally honest. Pardon me, milady, have you seen my ald goats anywhere? Oh, it's you! Don't worry, this won't hurt much. Nothing in here but ald goat milk. Rich and creamy ald goat milk, to be sure, but ald goat milk just the same. Yeah, okay, I'm sure. Okay. Cross these minions at Costa del Sol. You know, speaking of the bravura guy, or the bravura like progress, I figure I'll talk a little bit about what's going on with that. I have to infuse this thing with like a bunch of materia. Currently we have a ton just sitting in our inventory waiting to be used. So I can only do 5 per day. So this is going to take a while, but the exchange this is actually so much easier than the previous step. It requires way less grinding. Oh dear heavens, I must have fallen asleep while sunbathing. How could I ever thank you for rousing me from my slumber? Let's say I slit your throat and we call it even, eh? GG Runes Trading Post. Oh, Bronze Lake. Excited for next week, because next week we finish the ninja quests, and that is every ARR, like, combat class quest. Thank God. What's with the dour face, last fish not biting today? Maybe they know you're already a dead woman. Oh, this guy's, like, slightly harder to kill than the other ones. Might actually have to start, like, hitting some actual attacks against them. And Camp Overlook. There you are. Whatever possessed me to set up shop in this ungodly place, I'd like to drop dead from the fumes before I see a single gill and profit. Of course, if I bring your head back to Karasu, I'll be set for life. Yeah, so this level range that we're in is actually really exciting. We're about to get the basis for Ninja's entire rotation from here on. How's this gear look? Maybe the torso piece brings it all together, because as of right now, I'm not crazy about it. Eventually. There we go. Hello, Boro. Miku, I'm relieved to see you safe. When you did not return, I feared the worst. Karasu did what? Forgive me, I never suspected he would target you on your own. It's clear now that his treachery knows no bounds. And yet, it is curious. Again, he chose to test you rather than dispatch you by his own hand. His intentions remain as inscrutable as ever. What's this? Don't touch that. Karasu. Welcome back, Miku, and hello to you as well, Oboro. I left the present I promised to you on your doorstep. Such a shame that you weren't at home. The docks! Tsubame! Byakubu! Yome! We must hurry! He could have made up those last two names, and I would not be able to tell. Miku, I realize this is far too early in your training for this, but the situation is grim. Our only hope for surviving the battle ahead is for you to learn the Mudra Jin. This is the Mudra that will allow you to harness the energies of your fellow man. It is also the final Mudra I can teach you. It's also the final Mudra. We never get another one. Thank God. So, here's where Ninja gets very strange. To explain why, so obviously we have Mug, which increases the damage taken by a target by 15% or by 5%. This one increases the damage we deal to the target by 10%, but can only be executed while we're hidden. Hiding goes away the second we enter like a boss fight or something, so this is not an attack we can normally use during a fight. But now, if we use 3 attacks at once, or 3 Mudra at once, rather, we can cast, I believe it's Suiton that does it? Yeah. Which deals less damage than Raiton normally does, but it gives us the ability to use attacks as though we're hidden. So it lets us use Trick Attack. So the combo is now, like, do all 3 of them, get to Suiton, and then Trick Attack them, Mug them, and then do as many Raitons as possible in whatever time frame that gives you, which is, I think it's about 15 to 20, yeah, it's 20 seconds. So, basically hit them as hard as you can, as quickly as you can. And from here on out, the entire rotation is how many Raitons can you fit into that time frame. It's pretty fun, actually, when you actually start getting the tools for it. Kasatsu is an extremely fun ability. Tenchi Jin, when we finally get to Stormblood. Oh my god, I love this ability so much. I've had a lot of fun with Ninja, leveling it on, like, a character in the past. So, honestly, I might end up, like, having Ninja be one of Miku's main classes in the future. You have now learned Jin, the final Mudra that I can impart to you. Combine it with the Mudra you have already mastered, and you will find 4 new ninjutsu techniques available to you. Time is short, so listen well. The first is Hyoton, Ice Release. Form Tenjin or Chi-Jin. This energy gives you, or the energies you summon will be channeled into a glacial flow. This attack is worthless. It's just weak, and I think it like slows down foes. It's pretty bad. Second is Huton. When released, form Jin Chi 10 or Chi Jin 10. The winds will gather and swirl around you. This is an AoE attack that gives us Shadow Walker. Not super useful because nothing you can do with Shadow Walker is AoE, so we probably won't end up using this one. Third is Doton, Earth Release. This one is really good. Form 10 Jin Chi or Jin 10 Chi. The Earth itself will move at your will. So this is a damage over time effect we place on the ground. Really good. Finally, there's Suiton, the release of water. Form 10 Chi Jin or Chi 10 Jin. Water will course and flow through you. This one's part of the normal rotation. Very strong. As for how each technique will avail you, I trust you will learn on the field of battle. Now let's hurry. Tsubame is in danger. Ridiculous that they take this super complicated class, make it way more complicated, and then go, all right, yep, you don't need a tutorial for this, right? Bye. Shuriken. A battle was fought here. I hear no sounds from within. Tsubame must be here somewhere. Byakubu has lost his words from the shock. He can tell us nothing. Come, we must find Tsubame and quickly. Yep, there it is. Hello, Tsubame. What's our item level right now? 40? It's pretty good. Tsubame! It is but a flesh wound. Oboro, look out! Come now, little swallow. Say that it hurts. That you were scared. Tell the dim one how I took great pains to see that you were fully awake for every moment of agony and terror. Karasu, this time you go too far. Oh, unlike all of the other times? Okay, sure. Yes, those are the eyes I wanted to see. Let the anger, the hatred, burn away any spot of doubt that remains in your heart. The fire in your eyes, resolve born from the all-consuming flames of rage and passion. The look in your eyes that day when you looked on as your friends, your countrymen were massacred, powerless to end the slaughter. Be silent, be silent. Okay, I don't have the energy in me for that, Oboro, okay? Tsubame, stand back. I shall slice this crow's tongue, then tear him limb from limb with my bare hands. Such pure, unadulterated malice. Finally, you are an adversary worthy of my blade. The true shinobi, ever calm, dutiful to his master, presence of mind. Yes, the first few times we met, you fought with all the passion of a Mokujin. Today, you stand before me as a man. You wanted a battle, and today you shall have one. No retreat, no reprieve. The defeated shall die like a dog. And the victor's tale will continue for another day. Karasu acting like he's the final boss. Yep, and now we can trick attack and mug at the same time. Finally, increasing the damage that he takes by 15% overall from us. Really good ability, just... We're going to lose it in Evercold for sure, but... Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, this one we have to, watch for summoning circles and shit. Eh. It's another quest that's kind of like this. I just realized I didn't hit Bloodbath earlier. I hit Faint for some reason. Hold on. I think it's this that gives us? No, this is the wind one. I haven't played Ninja in like a while, so. Oboro, are you dying? Did he just miss with his own healing spell? Okay, that is still not Doton. How do I get Doton again? It's that. That's Doton. Right at the end, too. Perfectly useful. Karasu Redbeak, in the name of our elders, I take your life as divine retribution for your crimes. Your blood-stained beak will feast on the innocent no more. Does he truly believe those words? Oh yes, this beak is stained with blood, this I do not deny. But I am not the leader of this murderous flock. I tire of your riddles, Redbeak. Give me one reason why I should not separate your head from your shoulders. Oh dear, what a pickle I find myself in. Now how can I put this in terms even the dim one can understand? I am not the traitor you seek. He is not I, and I am not he. You believe I was the only one who fled Doma? Are you sure? Absolutely certain? Did you see the bodies? The faces of all your brothers who fell that day? Think! I know it's not a strength of yours, but surely you remember. One body named so badly that only the possessions could identify the man, and the face, could it even be called a face? Not but shattered bone and shredded flesh remained, where once had been the proud features of... You lie. One more word, one more twisted, deceitful word, Redbeak, and I will... Oh, Oboro, poor sweet, stupid Oboro. How long will you continue to deceive yourself? You lie, Redbeak, as you always have. Did betraying our homeland not sate your thirst for treachery? That now you must drag our master's name through the mud? Answer me this, then. If you were not the traitor, then why did you flee the village that day? How often have I asked myself the same? Oh, how simpler things would have been had I been as naive as you. But the circumstances of Master Gekkai's death did not sit well with me. I left the village looking for answers and found something far more interesting. Our master himself, alive and well. In an instant, his hand was at my mouth and his blade at my neck. A simple choice he gave. Follow him and live, refuse and die. I would like to say I weighed my decision heavily, but the answer really was quite clear. Death is so final, after all, while life, even a life spent as an Imperial spy, holds so many opportunities. What's the matter, dim one? Do you still find my tale hard to swallow? Oh, believe as you will, redemption means little to a dead man. You are going to kill me, yes? That is your mission, after all? Sworn in the sight of the elders, tradition, and custom, and so on and so forth. Candlekeep Key. When the time is right, he will come, and all will be revealed. I just thought I'd tell the one who's shown herself capable of listening to reason. The lights grow dim, the sun turns black in the sky, our hero fought bravely even. But his chapter in this grand mummery has come to a close. Summoning his last breaths, our hero speaks. We're just letting him do that? Just promise me this, Oboro. Whatever your mission, should you fail, just don't go off dying. I know how fond you are of tradition, but this is a new era, and we are not our ancestors. Besides, such an end wouldn't become a solemn youth like yourself. So live, and leave the dying to those who can do it in style. Yes, I may not have been the hero I thought I was, nor the villain you would have me be, but from beginning to end, I was me, and there's nothing I would rather be. Farewell, cruel world, and good bloody riddance. Wait, Karasu! I love this cutscene. God, I love this cutscene. What can this all mean? I think he, like, pretty clearly spelled it out for you, actually. Karasu is dead. Our mission is complete. Yet, you will forgive me if I am unsure how to feel about this turn of events. In any event, there's nothing more to be done here. Tsubame is wounded. Let us bring her home. Yeah, no, he was not kidding at all. You know, as much as I talk shit about the rogue quests because they are kind of boring and terrible and overly long, the ninja quests kind of make up for it. Karasu is so fun. When last we met, I was not myself. Pray forgive me. Master Oboro awaits inside. The mission that brought me to Eorzea is complete. Once Tsubame's wounds heal, we have no reason to sojourn further in these lands. And yet, if Karasu spoke true, no, it simply cannot be. And with that, we're caught up to those quests. I'm gonna switch. Let's do Paladin. For our unlocks. Or for our Odin questing. Now, bear with me, okay? The Odin quest line is just excessively long. It only leads to one trial, but I think it's like 3 quests or something. It's kind of ridiculous. And they're fine. Oh, hello, Tataru. We are rapidly closing in on continuing the MSQ, which is nice. We really only have a handful of like side questy stuff to do. I believe it's Primal Fear. Let me confirm. So acquired quest, previous quest. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a 5 quest quest chain. And it starts with Primal Fear. Friend to the dawn, hear my plea. Tidings most ominous arrive from Gridania. A primal walketh the shroud. Those who have borne the Eldritch Spirit witness, and return to tell the tale, avow that never before have they seen its like. The god's quiver doth investigate as we speak, and meseems Lord Lewin would welcome a capable adventurer's helping hand. Pray, hie thee? Okay, deceive the first bow and shine thy light upon the matter. I call this a 5 quest chain. Some of these seem pretty short. Thank God. Seed of the first bow, so that's going to be the Archer's Guild. You know, to my knowledge, I don't think there's a single other guild master in the game that seems to have, like, this prominent of a position in the society that he's running a guild in, you have to talk to this guy multiple times. Most of the others are just like, yep, they're around. Miku, I've heard much of your deeds in recent days. You come to lend your strength to the primal investigation. Yes, your aid is most welcome. I shall proceed directly to the matter at hand. Though still unsubstantiated, ill rumors stir amongst the townspeople of late. Rumors of a shadow-clad knight who rides in the shroud. Under normal circumstances, I would pay such idle ghost stories little heed. This time, however, we have reason to suspect. But we have not to gain by rushing to judgment. I would have you go to the streets, Miku. Speak with the people and hear their words with your own ears. If you go and watch the original trailer to A Realm Reborn, there's like a major boss shown in that trailer that we have not seen yet, and we've completed the base game and the first patch, and we've done like a good portion of the side content, and we haven't seen him yet. This is where he's been hiding. The Ghost Knight, I saw him, clad from head to toe, in armor that seemed to be forged from shadow itself, galloping through the shroud atop his hellsborn steed. Mark my words, the trees themselves were quivering in fear that night. I've not slept a wink since I returned. Blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna be flubbing so many words tonight. Bear with me. Don't sneak up on me like that, friend. Forgive me, ever since espying a glimpse of that ghastly horseman, my heart won't stop racing. I knew the elementals would punish us sooner or later for daring to disobey their will. This is surely a sign of sinister happenings to come. I saw him clear as day, or clear as night, you might say. With my own 2 eyes, more fearsome than the rider was his ghastly steed. I know not where you've traveled, but I can assure you, you've not seen a more frightening a beast. One thing I can tell you, friend, that was no specter or shadow. Nay, he was as solid as you or me. You know, while I go around and collect all this info, I can say, I can start explaining what I meant earlier. This is a special trial. This is not a normal one. This trial, so if we open up our roulettes, we have one for trials. We also have one for alliance raids. There's also one for normal raids that we won't be seeing for some time. But the trials roulette obviously puts you in just a random trial. Except for this one. It can't put you into this one. It won't do it, ever. Yes, I saw the Black Knight, after which I promptly fled for my dear life. Should you end up in my position, you'd be wise to do the same. I have my pride, but I am not fool enough to cast my life away. Besides, one look was enough to know this is a manifestation of pure evil. Were he to turn that massive sword against Gridania, all of our lances, as one, could not hope to stand in his way. So yeah, I don't... These days, okay, Odin is not that hard. He isn't like some crazy, like, impossible to beat boss or anything. He's kind of just on the same level as, like, some Stormblood trials, but he appears in ARR, so... A knight clad in shadow-forged armor, a mammoth sword, and hellsborn steed. It's clear now, our worst forebodings have been proven most unfortunately prescient. A ghostly knight atop his baneful steed. It is as I feared. The rumors bear a most inauspicious resemblance to the references in ancient scripture describing Odin, the dark divinity. It is my suspicion that the dark horseman of rumor is indeed Odin. and furthermore that this malevolent presence is a primal. And yet, before the God's Quiver takes action, I would seek the counsel of one versed in holy writings. Make for Quarry Mill and seek out Brother Oap Pesi. Okay, I am fighting my hardest not to, but every single time I read this guy's name, I call him Apple Pepsi. Every time. I don't think I've ever said Oap Pesi out loud. So, I would know what he knows and be swift, Miku. If Odin is truly come to the Shroud, time is not on our side. Alright, Apple Pepsi. I actually forget what this guy looks like, even. I think he only shows up for this quest line. And, like, maybe one other set of side quests later. Yeah, this guy. I am... Almost did it again. I almost did it. I'd try Apple Pepsi. I'm not that much of a soda guy, honestly. I'll try new flavors, though. I'll try, like, a new flavor of soda once. I am Oap Pesi, and you must be the adventurer I've been expecting. Ah, yes, Odin, the Dark Divinity. Lord Lewin is understandably distressed at his arrival. As one who has read the scriptures, however, I am not entirely surprised. Odin, as the ancient writings have it, rode forth into our world, wielding a dark blade capable of cleaving earth and the heavens. By his fell blade did perish Earth herself, and countless multitudes of her people. At long last, a great hero of Alag did arise to do battle with the Dark God. Odin was slain and his spirit sealed within a forest spring. For years, this was thought to be a mere wives' tale, a ghost story told by mothers to frighten their young ones into obedience. But recent archaeological studies at the Allegan ruins have unearthed damning evidence to the contrary, and now these rumors... The scriptures claim that the dark divinity slumbers in Earth's fount, deep within the heart of the Shroud, where the power of a crystal confines him. I have ventured into the forest and seen the crystal with my own eyes, but this was many years ago. It is entirely within the realm of possibility that something has gone terribly awry, and the fetters of crystal confine the dark divinity no longer. I would send you to Earth's fount to investigate the matter, but be forewarned, your path will not be an easy one. Should any evil spirit stand in your way, this water of cleansing should avail you. Yeah, so there's just an area over here called Earth's Gift. I actually, now that I think about it, I don't know what or who Earth is. I've never learned that. I bet the wiki has something interesting on it. I imagine it's something to do with the Allegans that lived here once upon a time. Last of the Allegans. Am I able to do this now? Oh, I bet this does like an HP penalty thing. It does. Now, oh, I can just teleport. I will say, don't expect, like, a detailed, like, breakdown of, like, okay, these are the mechanics for Odin when eventually we get into it. Crystalline jail that held the dark divinities in check. Were you able to ascertain what has become of it? Magical energy still remains in this stone, though its powers have grown dim. What's more, behold how the stone has been cleaved clear in twain. By Odin's fell blade, there can be no doubt. Yes, there can be no doubt as to the identity of our unwelcome guest, and yet, it is all most curious. If the dark divinity rides free, why does he tarry in the shroud? any road, if you are to be commended for your bravery, adventurer, Simi is preparing a report on this very matter as we speak. I would be most grateful if you could share your findings with her as well. Where? Who? Is it above me? Yes. So it is indeed as we feared. The seal of Earth's fount has been broken, and the dark divinity rides again. I must draft a report immediately. Okay. And we are 2 quests out. Your assistance in the investigation has proven invaluable, adventurer. You have our thanks. With your aid, I finally managed to complete my report. A thorough survey of all eyewitness reports, along with the most credible theories regarding the dark divinity's presence in the shroud. I intend to deliver copies of the report to Brother Oahapapesi, almost did it again, and Lord Lewin myself. The Scions, too, will no doubt be eager to learn of our findings. I would be most appreciative if you could deliver a copy to Urianger in my stead. My duties demand that I remain composed, but in all truth, I fear for the fate of our people. Should the time come that the dark divinity draws his blade against Gridania, promise me that we can count on your aid. Yeah, okay, so all of this is just preamble to, like, hype it up. Were these in... Yeah, okay, all of these were in the game at launch, and then Odin took an additional 5 patches to show up. He is a patch 2.5 boss. Anyways, as you can imagine, because this isn't in normal roulettes, I haven't actually fought Odin all that much. I normally fight him at least once per character. But I don't normally fight him very often. So, like, I'm just not super familiar with him. I don't know his attacks very well. I know a few of his mechanics. It's mainly just go kill ads. Miku, I'm just most heartened by thy safe return. Wert thou able to cast a light on the shadows that haunt the shroud? Here you go. So it is true. Having awakened from nigh eternal slumber, the dark divinity now roams free in the shroud. Whilst you were afield, I immersed myself in the scriptures. The more I scoured the words, the more did I realize the writings draw heavily upon Allegan historical chronicles. History is quite fascinating beast, is it not? One nation's glory is another's suffering, one nation's great hero, another's most abhorrent villain. I mean not to speak in platitudes, only to say that there is never but a single side to any story, even a story presented as historical fact. To what end did the great hero of Allag seal Odin in a jail of crystal? What impels the dark divinity to ride once again? Cast thy light on the shadows of history, friend, that we might be delivered from darkness. Oh, shit. We need these. I'm gonna take this one. Oops. Trophy saddlebag. We're just gonna put that in there. Nope. Nope. No, not that one yet. Okay, Fear and Odin in the Shroud. Where is this? Quest giver Scarlet? Which is in New Gridania. Okay, we have to return to Gridania. The other quest that he has, so this one, Primal Nature, unlocks a kind of weird old mechanic, that I don't... It has something to do with Rowena. You fight primals, you get tokens, you trade those tokens into Rowena for stuff. I'm not 100% certain what it is or does, but this quest is really long. This quest is an entire quest line we still need to tackle. And I will find a way for us to do it, mark my words. But it is... Okay. It is essentially MSQ. It is incredibly important. We're going to be tackling it a couple patches from now, like MSQ-wise. Okay, we have to go... Nope. New Gridania. This game is just so full of shit. It's just got so much stuff in it. There they are. Fear and Odin in the Shroud. Miku, your timing never fails to amaze. Unless I'm mistaken, you have knowledge of the Elder Primal Odin, correct? As I thought, well, as you know, we have long pursued the Dark Divinity, from the pages of arcane scripture to the Shroud itself. Finally, we have a plan to put his prowling to an end. Brother Oap Pesi has the command. He has personally requested your aid in this venture, and awaits you at Earth's Font. I'm sure he will give you the details once you present yourself. Godspeed, Miku. Does this put us directly into... Yes. Yes, it does. There you are. Adventurer, thank you for coming. We seek the Dark Divinity, and you must be made privy to the plan before the game is afoot. As you know, Odin hunts in this forest. We would banish him from the Shroud, yet in actual fact, he has fallen before countless adventurers already. By all rights, the Primal should plague us no more. Yet, though again and again he is vanquished, he rises always to charge through the Twelves Wood. His constant reappearance is perplexing, to say the least, and raises two questions. Who summons him, and how does he change his visage upon manifesting? Odin is alone amongst primals in these aspects. Indeed, I can find not a single sentence in the scriptures that sheds light on his devilish abilities. There's no answer in words rid of the pen. Now the sword must serve. Our plan is to send a band of adventurers against the Dark Divinity. Brother Isumiyan, my master, and I will observe the battle from afar. We believe seeing the moment of Odin's defeat may give us a clue, one that will lead us to uncovering the truth and the primal that has escaped us thus far. Naturally, this hinges upon the company's victory. No one but a warrior of light could hope to survive the battle. Hence, I have asked you here. Indeed, without you, our venture is doomed to failure, so I implore you, lend us your strength. If you acquiesce, I shall invoke the power of the elementals and draw the Dark Divinity into the spring. And now we have Earth's Fount. Okay. And Earth's Fount is going to take more than 30 minutes to pop. You see, this is one I've long had a question about. There is a feature called the Party Finder. I'm hesitant to use it on stream. So I figured our best bet is to hard queue into it, but this is going to take an actually unbelievable amount of time. So for a while, as long as we're not doing anything that is, like queuing for a dungeon or something, on stream, we're just going to be queued for Earth's Fount. And if it pops, it pops. And if it doesn't pop, whatever. So with that being said, let's continue working on the Botanist quests, because I have everything ready for them. See, in the saddlebag, we need these, and these. And we need to switch to Botanist. Now, I don't imagine these will take very long, they're just, what, from level 30? Yeah, level 30. We only have 5 of them to do, so... I fear we have a situation on our hands, Miku. The guild's crop of alligator pears has been ravaged by vermin, and scarcely a day before the fruit was due to be picked. It is disheartening to see our labors come to naught, but such is the way of nature. Alas, our woes do not end there. In a fine example of ill timing, no sooner had the disaster come to light than we received an unusually large order for, yes, alligator pears from the Carline Canopy. Yet not all hope is not lost, for the fruit grows in the wild, but we need to find enough to fulfill the order. 15, to be precise. Our man, Soliu, is charged with keeping track of such produce as may be harvested in the 12's Wood. He spends most of his days around Bent Branch Meadows around this time of year. If there are alligator pears out there, he will know where to find them. Pray seek him out, Miku, and do as he directs. If only we had alligator pears anywhere. Oh. This guy. Looking for alligator pears. I heard the unfortunate tidings, yet all we can do is take it on the chin and cope as best we can. I recommend you search northeast of Quarry Mill. Wild alligator pears grow there, and we're doing well when I last passed through. Barring pests, they should be ripe for picking right about now. Oh, and just so you know, the place where you're going is no different from any other untamed corner of the 12's Wood. By which I mean, it's full of nasties. Botanists like myself avoid the area if we can help it, but it should be as a walk through the flower garden for an adventurer like you. Now, you had best be on your way. Those alligator pears aren't going to pick themselves. Why did they make me come out here? Okay. I hope that doesn't become like a habit. I keep thinking to myself, like, what if I queued as healer? Like, it doesn't matter. What we're actually queued as for Earth's Fountain does not matter in the slightest. So long as we're being put into the earliest available group, it doesn't matter. I trust you know where the alligator pears are found in nature. Please hurry, Miku. Here you go. 15 alligator pears, and just in the nick of time, you've spared us Mion's wrath. Lest you misunderstand, Mion is a reasonable woman, ordinarily. It's just that much rests upon the fruit's availability. Alligator pears are to form the centerpiece of a new dish of hers, you see. A hearty salad, which she has been promoting feverishly to adventurers far and wide. Mion would not have been best pleased had her plans gone awry, but owing to your efforts, she can keep her promise, and we are good reputation. My profoundest thanks, Miku. I trust you have learned a valuable lesson from this episode, namely that we must not take nature's bounty for granted. As I taught you when you first came to us, nature is an unsentimental creature. She may provide for our every need today, only to take it all away on the morrow. Those who would walk the path of botany must come to terms with this fact, and the sooner the better, for should your labors prove fruitless, and they frequently shall, no amount of brooding will avail you. At such times, one must remember that for all her seeming cruelty, nature is not our enemy. She simply is. If you would become intimate with her and partake of her bounty, you must learn to accept that unconditionally. Is there going to be an actual storyline here? Ah, Miku, you couldn't have come at a better time. A dear old friend of mine has found herself in a predicament and is in dire need of a botanist aid. Normally, I would not trouble you with requests of such personal nature. This task, however, should serve you nicely in your training. A contingent of the God's Quiver has just returned victorious from a hard-fought battle with the XIV, and my culinarian friend Yanni has been tasked with overseeing a feast befitting the occasion. Unfortunately, she is suffering an untimely shortage of a key ingredient. I would ask you to harvest 20 laurel leaves, which can be found amidst the lush vegetation to the northwest of Little Alamigo in southern Thanalan. Then, bring them to me for inspection. I would ask you to harvest 20 laurel leaves. Yep. Take these, please. Let me see here. 19, 20, and nary a withered leaf among the lot. Yanni will be pleased as peas. Speaking of which, Miku, do you know why the laurel is so prized by culinarians across the realm? Oh my god, I don't. I don't particularly care for fucha. Not only does it boast the most pleasant aroma, yet deep yet not overpowering, the perfect accent to a savory stew or seasoning for a steak, but it is also known to stimulate the appetite. The brave men and women of the God's Quiver feast now, but it is only a matter of time before they are summoned back to the field of battle. Deliver the laurel to Yanni, that she might prepare a feast that will warm the hearts as well as sate the stomachs. Again, I can't help but feel as though there isn't an actual storyline here. There's just like, get this plant. Here's some info about this plant. Laurels always make me think of Castlevania 2. God, it's been too long since I played Castlevania 2. I don't know. Maybe I don't need to play it again. Maybe I'm good, actually. Greetings, friend. Are you perchance the botanist whom Fufucha entrusted my order for a laurel? Please take these from me. Well, I can see why Fufucha is always singing your praises. These will be among the crispest, most aromatic laurel leaves ever to grace the spice rack. Celebrating parties grow more relentless with each passing day. I fear that the day will soon come when we can no longer afford defeats or blah, blah, blah. Still, Gridani's finest requires sustenance as much as they require lances and bows. I am but a simple culinarian. I would do this against the perfect. Oh my god. There's nothing happening here. In any event, I am grateful for your aid. Pass along my thanks to Fufucha and let her know I shall be calling upon your services again. Oh my god, there is nothing happening in these quests. We are on the 35 quests and there's nothing going on. At least in the minor quests, we had like a rivalry guy going on, and there was something interesting with that, kind of. Castlevania 2 is one of those games where I love it, but I could never in good conscience tell someone you should play it. I don't know. I don't have that much love for Castlevania 2. Like, I feel like if I'm gonna go for Castlevania, if I want, like, that exploration aspect, I'm gonna go for one of the good ones that do it. And if I want the Classicvania, I'm going for one of the good ones that do it. You know, Castlevania 2 kind of half-asses it in both categories, which is a little tragic. Granted, it was a big leap forward for, like, video games in general. It was a cool design idea, you know. Maybe I would like it a lot more if if I lived in Japan and spoke the language and could play the game with proper hints and dialogue that makes sense. I hear Yanni was overjoyed with your delivery. Thanks to you, she'll be able to prepare a feast befitting a triumphant occasion. And yet, truth be told, I take no pleasure in martial victories. Every day that we continue to water the soil with blood, I fear we lose something of what we once were. There was a time when Gridani and Ixal alike lived in harmony with nature and with each other, and there's no other way to resolve the differences with Lance and Era. Forgive me, Miku. I do not mean to burden you with my troubles. Oh my god. Oh, good evening, Miku. Forgive me if I seem a bit pensive. If you must know, I thought that our harvests are contributing to the war effort has been weighing heavily on my heart. What I truly wish is to be an agent of peace, but what can a humble botanist do? In the meanwhile, another order has come from Yanni, this time zucchini in large quantities. No, I'm afraid our homegrown harvest simply will not suffice. Fortunately, they are said to grow wild and in abundance in the Lenosha region. I would ask you to travel to eastern Lenosha and harvest 20 of the finest zucchini if you can find in the area south of Raincatcher Gully. When you are through, bring them here to me. Oh. Yep. Done. What a resplendent zucchini. I had no idea such succulent specimens could be found in the wild. Truly a testament to the splendor of nature, is it not? The zucchini plant is quite sensitive to humidity. One would never see them grow so large and luscious here in the 12's Furthermore, they are quick to ripen and quicker to rot, meaning the timing is of the essence. And yet, a perfectly ripe zucchini is truly a thing of beauty. Sweet enough to be savored raw, its skin retains a pleasantly firm texture even when stewed. I suppose Yanni means to prepare a wholesome and hearty feast for our soldiers. I know, I should take pride in serving our nation this way, but I have troubled you enough. Take your harvest to Yanni with my blessing. She in here? Okay, she's in here this time. Fufucha has assured me 20 zucchini were on their way. Might you be the one who, yeah, take this, please. The thing about that is, even in Japanese, many of the townspeople will give you bogus hints. It's up to you to sort the fact from fiction. Of course, the Mako translation butchers even some of the genuine hints, so it becomes a perfect storm of nonsense. Yeah. No, even if I ever go back to Castlevania 2, I am never playing that game without a guide. Never. Not once. Not doing it. Why, what a remarkable zucchini. I've not seen the likes of these in quite some time. At the risk of sounding boastful, I dare say that my next batch of ratatouille is shaping up to be the tastiest Gridani has ever seen. Ratatouille is a dish that holds a special place in my heart. It was the first recipe I learned, you see, taught to me by none other than Fufucha's own mother. My father was a traveling merchant, and our family moved often when I was young. I had few friends until we moved here to Gridania, where I befriended Fufucha. Hours would I spend by her side as she rooted through her garden. After sunset, we would go inside, where her mother would whip up a ratatouille that truly warmed both body and soul. Ah, to relive those days. Wait a minute, I have an idea. This is the ratatouille that inspired me to pursue the culinarian's path from such a young age. Do take a bowl to Fufucha. It seems like she could use something to pick up her spirits these days. Oh. Patootie. Thank you for delivering the zucchini to Yanni. I suppose she is already slaving over a hot stove. Preparing a stew that will give our warriors the stamina to fight yet another. What's that? Yanni has something for me? Why, this is my mother's ratatouille. I always knew that Yanni loved this recipe, but I had no idea she had learned to reproduce it to such a succulent perfection. Ah, this brings me back to the good old days. Yes, things were so much simpler back then. Now, the ratatouille that once warmed our hearts after hours spent frolicking in the garden serves to light a fire in the bellies of those who march off to war. Will things never again be as they were? Take care of these real fast. She's giving me a bunch of garbage. On the second page so I can remember to sell them later. Oh my god. I'm very meticulous about my inventory sorting, as you can probably tell. Everything has a spot, and it needs to go there. Recent developments. Okay. God, this questline is bad. Oh god, this questline is bad. I've never paid attention to it before. This questline is bad. Oh... The minor quests were, like, fine. They were, like, inoffensive and, like, I don't know, a little bit interesting. These are so boring. Miku, I trust you not only as a botanist, but as one who shares my dream of bringing peace to the forest that shelters us. The Order of the Twin Adder has commissioned from us a mistletoe in staggering quantities. You'll need to search in the vicinity of Camp Dragonhead in central Kurthis. The curative properties of mistletoe make it a vital ingredient for many salves and medicines. I cannot help but fear that our guild has once more been drawn into serving this fruitless war effort. Forgive me for being a hopeless idealist, Miku. Could you visit the Adder's Nest and inquire with Lieutenant Gavin as to the nature of his request? I'll not refuse his order. You may assure him of that. I simply wish to know. Know what? Oh no, the army is ordering medicine? What? Do you want them to die instead, Fufucha? What is going on here? What is this quest line? You know, the talk of Castlevania 2 reminds me that someone's working on an indie game that's like, oh, you. Like a weird, like, classic Metroidvania style, like, Castlevania 2 style game that's more of a modern Metroidvania. I want to say it's like... Oh, no, I remember the name off the top of my head now. The name is The Transylvanian Adventure of Simon Quest. That's the name of the game. In fact, if I pull it up on... I could probably pull it up on Steam to, like, get it exactly right. The Transylvania Adventure of Simon Quest. The trailer makes it look pretty damn good. You know, I'm kind of... I've got my eye on it. When it actually releases, I might, well, you know, depending on if I have the money, purchase it and actually play through it on stream, because this seems like it'd be up my alley. Seems like it's a lot of fun. So I'm excited to give it a go. So, Fufucha wishes to know how the mistletoe will be used before she fills the order. 'Tis a fair enough request. I've no intent to deceive her, nor you. The mistletoe will be used to prepare medicines for the battles ahead. It's as simple as that. This will not be please a pacifist like Fufucha, I know, but what can be done? Does she think that we enjoy bloodshed any more than she? Were there a way to bring peace back to the forest, I would be the first to welcome it. In the meantime, the Ixal continue to attack our people, and we do what we can to protect them. A single soldier, such as myself, has no more power to end this war than a botanist. In any event, I must return to my duties. You could harvest blah blah blah. Okay. God, this quest line is hot ass. It is so bad. Hello, Fafucha. Welcome back, Miku. So it's as I feared. Do not worry. I will take the 20 sprigs of mistletoe. Ugh. Thank you. You've served the guild once more. Also, the unending cycle of bloodshed goes on. Needless to say, by no fault of your own. God. I bear no ill will to Lieutenant Gavin or his people. On the contrary, I have not but respect for his candor, not to mention his service to my homeland. What weighs heavy on my heart is a sentiment far more simple, almost childish. I simply cannot bear to see this forest I love suffer any longer. War is inevitable, this I understand, but by aiding the war effort, we do not merely contribute to the suffering, we profit from it. No better than the parasitic mistletoe. We suck the life out of the trees that shelter us for our own personal gain. A parasite is what our once proud guild what our once proud guild has been reduced to? How can I, in good conscience, permit this to go on? Forgive me, Miku. I would be alone with my thoughts for a while. The best I can give you is like 4 seconds. 4. Okay. Forgive me if I seemed a bit distant last time we spoke, Miku. Allow me to get straight to the point. I have not come to this decision easily, but I have come to it the same. As of today, I have resigned from the Botanist Guild. Our battle with the Ixal rages on, and there are rumblings from the Empire as well. With each passing day, more and more people die. The soil is stained deeper with blood, and the 12's Wood weeps. Meanwhile, I fill orders for the war effort, and for what purpose? That more Ixals suffer and die than Gridanians? No. If this is what it means to be a botanist in this day and age, I want no more part in it. Yanni, may Nafika bless her dear heart, has tried her best to convince me to stay. Still, I fear my heart is settled. Mind you, this decision is mine alone. I would pass no judgment on to those who find meaning in their efforts here. Should you wish to continue to serve the guild, I am sure Yanni would have suitable tasks for you. Farewell, Miku, and may the 12's Wood ever shelter you. It feels so phoned in. Like, oh, yeah, the guild leader's a pacifist, and they're mad that they're gathering plants to be used for war or something. What do you want me to say? I kill things for a living in this game. What do you want me to say? And it's delivered so flatly. Oh, God. Oh, Miku, I'm so glad you're here. You spoke to Fafucha. Yes, it absolutely breaks my heart to see what's become of my old friend. Fafucha and I have known each other since we were both knee-high to a fungular, and I assure you, her knowledge and passion of the flora of this realm is second to none. This guild would be absolutely lost without her guidance. Of course, I understand her worries. These are not easy times for a true seeker of peace and a friend to nature, and yet I cannot help but feel that her emotions cloud her better judgment and that she is not seeing the forest for the trees, if you will. Fafucha has convinced herself that she is doing more harm than good to the natural world she so loves. Preposterous. Has she forgotten that the countless trees she planted after the calamity, journeying far and wide to return lush verdure to our shattered realm? That's the first time I've heard that word. Someone must remind her of all she has accomplished, and that work is still left to be done. To that end, I have made contact with one of Fafucha's former apprentices, a botanist by the name of... It has to be a Rogadin. Just reading normal dialogue, then bam, out of nowhere, in comes a Rogadin name with a steel chair. Roy Teloin? That might not actually be a Rogadin. That might actually be an Elizin. Who now tends to the forest that Fafucha herself led the planting of many years ago. My words, as a friend, will not reach Fufucha now. Only a fellow botanist who understands the depths of her worries can heal the wounds in her heart. I beg of you, Miku, speak with this Rodelaine and seek his counsel. Rodelaine tends to the forest surrounding the Timber Lord's Lodge in the central highlands of Kurthis. Please, go quickly. Once Fufucha leaves her guild behind, I fear she will never return. Oh my god. Honestly, F tier side quest chain. Probably the worst I've seen, actually. Which is like saying something because I think the monk quests are also really bad. Are there any others that I'd say are like fucking awful? The paladin quests are like low budget. I wouldn't say they're necessarily the worst, but it is it is lower than them. Very well met, Miku. Yanni told me to expect you. I am Riddlein, a humble botanist plying his trade in these bleak lands. Botany is not simply my livelihood. I consider it a true calling I would never have discovered were it not for Fufucha's guidance. Needless to say, I was devastated to hear the news. All hope was not lost, however, as I have hit upon an idea. Tell me, Miku, are you familiar with the spruce tree? No, do not blame you if you are not. It's a rare sight these days. As Fufucha would tell it, in the years before the calamity, vast forests of spruce would stretch for moms and moms. What spruce trees you see today are the result of Fufucha's efforts to bring the flora of ages past back to Eorzea. Perhaps seeing that her work has borne fruit will convince her not to abandon her life as a botanist. Knowing Fufucha as I do, the gesture would mean the most to her if spruce was... What the fuck? Okay, if the spruce is harvested by the hand of an apprentice close to her heart. Your hand, Miku. Nope, I bought it off the market board. Before you set off, be forewarned, spruce is still rare in these parts and not easily discerned. Only one with knowledge of the truth of forests could hope to identify such trees, and even then, after only straining their eyes from the break of dawn. If your eyes are true, friend, you will come upon mature trees unlike any you have seen before. Harvest from them 3 spruce logs and bring them back to me. Yep. It's another one of those you have to harvest at like a really specific time. Please take these from me. Remarkable gathering, Miku. I see Fufucha has trained you well. I had a mind to deliver them to Fufucha straight away, but I just received some troubling news. Heard that we here in Kurthis are locked in war with the dragons. Have you not? Recent dragon raid has left many soldiers and settlers without shelter. Carpenter in the area is doing all he can to construct new lodgings, but lumber is painfully in short supply. I share your concern for Fufucha, but I am sure you agree that our first priority as botanists is to help those in need. Why, Fufucha herself taught me as much. Please, Miku, seek out a carpenter and deliver to him some spruce logs, that the people of Kurthis might need suffer without a roof over their heads no longer. Is this? Someone's doing a hunt train for ARR. I'm good. Those hunts give a special currency, this currency, allied seals, to everyone who participates. So people make big groups, like really big groups, to tackle like all of them in a row. Like they all tend to spawn around the same time. So people will just go from map to map, murdering them in giant packs. It's hilarious looking when you see it. Pretty rare in ARR these days, though. Most of them can be killed by yourself. Yes, on the off chance you're either blind or stupid, I'm a busy man. Busy doing what, you say? Searching for lumber, that's what. We've no end of houses that need rebuilt after being smashed to bits by those damn dragons. Or haven't you noticed there's a war going on here? Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I've no time for chit-chat. Take a look around. These aren't hospitable lands. Without shelter, people will die. Damn it all, is there not a single sturdy log left at all in the highlands? Why, this is... I've never seen wood like this. Where in the name of the 12 did you find this? To think that lumber of this quality can be found in these lands. Why, I'll not forget this kindness, friends. Those trees will save lives. Those trees will save lives. You bet they will, little missy. Or, speaking of which, Whom do I have the pleasure of addressing? My name matters not. I am just a humble botanist and nothing more. I would bid you speak to my colleague Roydaloin at the Timber Lord's Lodge. He will see that you never want for lumber. I don't know who you are, miss, but I'm glad we met. The gods are truly watching over us today. This quest line is incredibly stupid. I gave him 3 logs. 3? He was satisfied by taking 3 tiny little firewood logs? Oh my god. I'm crashing out over this. I'm crashing out over this. Oh, this quest line is so dog shit. Shall we go for a walk, Miku? Fufucha, I hope I never see you again. When Yanni suggested I travel to Kurthis, I had not the slightest idea what she had in mind. The moment I laid eyes on this forest, I remembered. This was your... What? Oh my god, this was your intent, was it not, Miku? You, Yanni, and Roydaloin? Your gentle concern for my faltering heart is not lost on me, nor is the meaning of this forest. The trees themselves speak volumes. The seeds, the art of botany, the love and reverence for nature that we brought to Ishgard have taken root in the lands and the hearts of the people, and grown strong. Strong indeed. Strong as the majestic spruces that once more grace these snow-swept highlands. The spruces that I chopped down. The spruces that will now provide shelter and comfort for those who have been ravaged by war. Like the 12's Wood, this forest has suffered greatly in these times of strife, and yet this forest has strength. A strength it has harbored since time immemorial, and one it shares with us. A strength that goes beyond logs we harvest or the herbs we gather. I must never forget the lessons I have learned here today. On the contrary, I must share what I have discovered here, in the hope, or that hope might take root again in the hearts of our countrymen. Let us return to Gridania, Miku. The 12's Wood is calling us home. You. Okay. This quest line never really started, did it? Like, it feels like there was no storyline here, really. Do you hear, Miku? The leaves whisper to us, welcoming us home. To think that I almost turned my back on them forever. The battles rage on, and the forest will not go unscathed. Gridanian and Ixal hack away at innocent branches and uproot flowers and shrubs for their own self-seeking causes. The sadness, the powerlessness is at times too great to bear, and yet, if I were to walk away, who would tend to the wounded forest in my stead? There's only so much that a lone botanist can accomplish, and yet every seed that is planted, every tree that takes root brings us one step closer to a future where we live in harmony with the forest. In my pain and frustration, my eyes have been blinded to this truth. Thanks to you, Yanni, and Roydaloin, I see again. Rest easy, Miku. I will remain here at the Growery. How could I not? The forest needs every friend it can muster in these dark times, and it would seem I still have much to learn. I would be honored to continue to walk the path of the botanist with you, not as guildmaster and apprentice, but as peers, fellow shepherds of the forest. Be you ever safe in your travels. And thus concludes the botanist quests. Bad. Not good. Terrible, even. Wow, those were so much more boring than I ever anticipated they could be. Does this at least look cool? Nope. Not at all. Oh my god. I would appreciate it if Earth's Fount would pop. No, I just realized I did not check the party finder. Nope. Okay, there is one teeny tiny little other thing we could do to maybe get this moving along a little bit faster. Okay. Okay, there's a couple things I want to do first, okay? Because this is going to be a pretty invasive process in terms of doing things to the game. And this does result... Oh my god, that is just Hatsune Miku gear. What gear is that? Rule breaker. Rule breaker. Rule breaker. Yes, so this is the Rule Breaker set. That's just Hatsune Miku themed. Where is that from? I feel like I would know about that. Rule Breakers. Tire. It is the current PvP gear. Awesome. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do here, or the last thing I want to make sure we do. I want to make sure I just put these up for sale. Sell that for 1,000. I do not care how much it's actually worth. That's 200. If I need to adjust it downwards later, I will. This is let's do 600 because it's low quality. Whoops. And these guys can get sold. Okay. Okay. So our first step to maybe getting into Earth's Fount without having to use the party finder is to withdraw. And our second step is to log out and return to the title screen. So I don't believe I've talked much about how this game actually works in terms of server structure. Miku is on a world called Goblin. Obviously, these are split among worlds. There's a bunch of them. You know, the world list is like right here. I have characters I would rather not show up on stream. So I'm not gonna like hover over them. But you know, they're, you know, the thing is, you may see this thing that says Crystal up here at the top. That's because there are different data centers, and you can visit them temporarily. And Crystal is known for role-playing, mainly. I know it as the place that was convenient to create a character, or to move my character at some point, in order to play with some friends. So, but Crystal is mainly known for, like role-playing and stuff. It's a big, you know, like, just chill server. On the other hand, Aether is kind of known for being, the sweaty raiding one. And it's where everyone goes to do raids. This shouldn't take super long, but it does take a little bit. It'd be like less than 30 seconds. Anyways, if you want to do, like, actual content, you visit Aether. If you want to hang out with people and, like, chill and, like, do roleplay or whatever, I don't do roleplay, I don't know what roleplayers do, but if you want to do that, then, like, the Crystal's probably the way to go. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, kind of have to be, Oh, and it will display if there's anyone with the party finder out. Yeah, if we open the party finder here... Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. There are 71 people doing high-end duties. Or groups doing high-end duties, not people. We can't see any of them because we haven't made it far enough in the game to unlock any of them. And considering high-end duties are end-game content, Miku will not be seeing these for a long time. Anyways, okay, so the botanist quests are done. I'm throwing this out. I don't want it. Okay. Let's see. What is next? I suppose we could do the Fisher quest. I mean, we are in Gridania. While we're here, by the way, there's a lot of features we don't have access to, including our retainers. We can't summon them at all. We can't message free companies should we be in one. Friends lists work a little weird from this state. Ooh. My chair just made a bad sound. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go to the Fishers Guild. How far are we in the Fisher quests? Not. We are not far in the Fisher quests. Okay. Might recall Chucharoon, the babble-spewing fish connoisseur. Perhaps not, but he certainly recalls you. Apparently, there aren't enough fish in the sea, so he set his sights on freshwater fish. He's even tried catching them himself, though that's proved problematic so far. While Kikern possess a healthy appetite for fish, they lack the necessary patience, and often end up eating their own bait. The problem has a relatively straightforward solution, employing a lure in the place of live bait. Unfortunately, this straightforward solution requires a roundabout demonstration, as Chucharoon does not readily accept the concept of inedible bait. If only you might snag 5 warm water trout with crow flies, you might come to see the light. The fish are said to populate the shores of Oakwood in Upper Lenosha, though I can't say I've been recently. I consider it inauspicious to cast one's line under the watchful gaze of the giant sea serpent. In a shocking development, we are purchasing everything we need for these off of the market board within reason. In fact, actually, I might look up a full list of what we need. Okay, Fisher roll quests. Okay. We need 1 shadow catfish. Oh my god! Let's buy one from Limsa. What? Yeah, that's weird. I hate spending this much gil. And then we need 10 full moon sardines. Why are people selling them in stacks of 20? What's wrong with them? Why are they doing that? Don't do that. Okay, I might have to actually fish for those ones. That is more... Yeah, that's more than I can justify. That's way more. 1 desert catfish. There are none available on Siren. Awesome. 5 rain collars. There are none available on Siren. 5 cloud cutters. Two words? 2 words. Oh, easy. This one's cheap. Go figure. 1... Oh, God. And the nightmare one. 1 Maslea Marlin. This one's going to be the most expensive one. Or not. Suppose I'm buying these. We only need 1, but... Okay, anyways. Oh, nope. Okay. Hello. How can Miku bait fish without a bait? I didn't. I bought this off the market board. I should teach Chuchurun how money works instead of fishing. And maybe he'll enjoy that. Because I know I like buying things off the market board more than I like fishing. You truly fish trout using fake food? Indeed, for all the fish know, the lure may as well be live. Miku skillfully used them to catch these tasty tasties. You see, Chuchurun, deception lies at the heart of fishing. Yes, lies at the heart of fishing. Chuchurun no fool. Chuchurun, fool fish. Precisely. Well, I trust that we've managed to guide you into the path of self-sufficient fishing. Is that 15 versatile lures that it just gave me? No. Floating minnows. Okay. I'm gonna just go back here, I guess. These down here. Oh, this needs to be sold. Those can be sold back on our home server. And we don't need this at all. Anything for Earth's Fount yet? No. I'm just gonna occasionally check. Because it might pop up, and if it pops up, that'll be the easiest, way to do it. Again, I'm not crazy about using the party finder, especially not myself. Familiar with the Culinarians Guild, aren't you, Miku? If you couldn't tell by its, supercilious name? I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Their members are a finicky bunch, particularly the fussy Master Lingsath. So when he comes asking for shadow catfish, no other fish will do. Even if I kindly explain that fishing one out involves an arduous journey to Fallgourd Float, followed by grueling labor. Naturally, I thought of you for the task. This will likely require a bit of fish wheeling, if you know what I mean. Though I imagine you do not. I just invented the word. It means recasting a fish you've just caught as bait for a yet larger fish. In my wisdom, I have deemed that your fishing prowess, landfaring acumen, and physical presence directly in front of me qualify you as the ideal candidate for the job. I have no doubts you'll be more than amply capable of fish wheeling or any other new terms I see fit to conjure up for that matter. Simply use crayfish balls to catch a striped goby, then recast that to cast the shadow catfish. Take it from the inventor of fish wheeling, since the striped goby will become your lure. You'll want to catch the biggest, shiniest one you can find. A long journey lies ahead of you, and I fear the guild will not be the same in your absence. However, I choose to think of it not as losing a friend, but as gaining a shadow catfish. Good luck. You see, these quests are at least funny. Anyways, this is explaining the mooching mechanic. If you catch a large-sized fish, sometimes you can use it as bait to catch a rare fish. Depending on where you are and, where you're fishing. I believe, yeah, the fishing log in this game is ridiculous. There is so much to it. There is so much to it. In every single map, there are so many fish. Some of them have spawn rates that are so weird and so rare. They only line up and happen 4 times a year. In real life. Okay? These get ridiculous. Some of these fish go up to 90 days between time and weather requirements lining up for them to work. It's ridiculous. FF14 fishing is just absurd. It's Please take this from me. Lingsath ought to crack a smile when he glimpses this beauty. They say never to look a gift fish in the mouth, but one can't help but stare at the gaping grimace. Looks like it could swallow a person whole. I'm sure the fish of Gridania are none too displeased to see this one leave the water. I heard the Yarzans cover the fish too, sometimes migrating north and attacking fishermen in hopes of stealing the catch. I suppose I should have warned you about that ahead of time. Still, I don't see what all the fuss is about. For all the lengths one need travel and dangers one need brave, the fish tastes little better than mud. Pardon me, but perhaps I might persuade you to prepare them in a proper bath. Water washes off the taste you can, washes off the waste you can wipe away, but the invisible vapors only vanish with vinegar. You must mind the mud you can't see. Speaking of the mud you can't see, where did you come from all of a sudden? A good guildmaster gusts in and goes out in a gale. Now you see me, now you don't. Actually, I think we both still see you standing right there. That is neither here nor there. Miku, there are few fishermen who could haul in the catch you did today. Frankly, I've started to wonder how we ever got along without you. Yeah, the guildmaster here is like a gremlin. So yeah, no, it is ridiculous. FF14 fishing is well loved amongst people who love fishing minigames and reviled amongst people who don't. So you may notice I'm purchasing these off of the market board when I can instead of buying or instead of like catching them because I hate catching them a lot. Oh my god, I don't need Truth of the Mountains or Truth of the Forest on Fisher, thank you. The catfish you fetched for Lingsath has raised quite a stir. He was so pleased with the quantity and the quality and quickness of the delivery that he's been raving about you to anyone in earshot. And now the word is swirling around Limsa. A fabled fisherwoman has reached the ears of your fellow guildmates. Though most of them have no idea who you are, it doesn't stop the lazy sunbathers from fabricating folk stories about you. Meanwhile, Chucharoon's done his part to add to your fame, singing your praises well beyond the walls of the guild. So well beyond the walls, in fact, that the goblins have come to enlist your help. Toctix is a friend of Chucharoon's, so we're somewhat obligated to hear him out, though I don't expect him to be much more intelligible. Loath though I am to admit it, we'll most likely need Wabbalago again. What, you're having trouble understanding a goblin? Chucharoon told many glory tales of mighty Fishbringer to Toctix. Toctix is friend, Chucharoon is friend, Fishbringer is friendly friend, yes? Moon was shining on easter seas of Lenosha when most lovely fish appeared. Toctix wonder if friendly friend Fishbringer can bring back lovely fish from Moonsea. Okay, yeah, no, that was nonsense. That was complete nonsense. Wabbalago, please help me. So a goblin gets a glimpse of some gills, and I'm to guess the name? Ha! Naturally, I know what you need, Danette. I'm only surprised you saw fit to solicit my support. The moment you mentioned the moon on the easter seas of Lenosha, I figured out the frisky fish you're fixing to fetch. Full moon sardines, schools of striplings, migrate under moonlight through the Strait of Marathor to return to their mothers or meet their makers. Tastiest time to take 'em, too. Pluck 'em plumb in their prime. From dusk to dawn, droves dip and dive down Bloodshore. Spinning spoon worms in the water will snag you some sardines and sate your sponsor. Okay, hold on. I need to confirm. These can only be caught at night? Fishing, Costa del Sol. 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Eorzea time. So 1 hour is 3 minutes. We need to wait 15 minutes to be able to catch these? Oh my god. Oh my god. I need spoonworms? Do I have spoonworms? No. Where do I get spoonworms? Also, how much were these? Right, yeah, these are insanely expensive here. It's just too much for me to justify. Like that is so much gil. And okay, not to spoil anything, but for one of the later steps for the Bravura, we are going to need 400,000 gil because we have to spend it on different pieces of stuff. So, I have to be really selective on what we spend gil on. And if we blow all our gil on the Fisher quests, we can't do, we can't do the others, like, as easily. So Spoonworm, House of Umbra, North Shore. Yeah, these are only at night everywhere you find them. Oh, God, that's miserable. Okay, well, I can at least try to get Spoonworms. Where do I buy Spoonworms? Only in Old Gridania. Oh, they want 10 of them. At least only in Old Gridania of the places we can actually go. 10 of them. 10 of these. Okay, you know what? We can just work on one of the next steps that had none available. And just, like, kind of hope that we're not going to hit any problems. Our item level on Gatherer isn't, like, perfect. But it shouldn't be that much of an issue. Spoonworms. Spoonworms. Did I pass it? Yeah, I did. Oh yeah, also, all bait you buy just kind of sits in your inventory, just like sitting there, which is really cool. We don't have like a bait bag or like a separate inventory for it. It has to raw go in your inventory, and there is hundreds of kinds of bait. It's pretty miserable. It's pretty miserable. Okay. So now we can work on a second one, I guess. What do we actually have? We have, we need the desert catfish, which we need one of. From dune fishing? Okay. So we can dune fish. We need sand leeches. Please tell me same NPC. Same NPC. Add Miranda, my savior yet again. Sand leech. Yet again, I'm just buying 99. I have to throw them out. I don't care. So this one... Is there anything about it that's special? Not... Okay, yeah, no, there's nothing about this one that's special. We just have to go catch one. There's just none on the market board for some reason. That's really weird. So this guy... He's in southern Thanalan in the Sigoli Dunes. Southern Thanalan. So I imagine that's south of Forgotten Springs. If you can't guess, Fisher is my sworn enemy. I enjoy it for the fun minigame you can play, where you gain levels really fast and, like, get a bunch of points and stuff. Question is, where is the Sigoli Dunes? Okay, it's around here. It's like this little inland thing. We just have to hope we catch it. And then we have to go catch our sardines or whatever they are. Okay, sand leech. Crazy that they're actually making me fish during the Fisher quests. Was that him? Was that... It's a 2 exclamation mark fish, so... No, it was not. That leveled us up, though. Yeah. So Sogoli Dunes, there's 8 possible fish we can catch here. This guy must be, like, rare or something. We have 3 people for Earthsbound. It's kind of impressive. And Bream. These guys all culinary and decent. They are fish. I think fish is how you're supposed to get your culinary and decent level up. What is this? Makeshift bait. How's execution of mooch even with average size bait? I can go over here. You know, let's try mooching this guy. Let's see what I can get off of a mooch here. Our catfish guy that we're looking for doesn't actually need a mooch according to the wiki, but I am curious what pops up here. A dune manta. Huh. It won't pop up any information about him. That's weird. Will it now? No. Huh? What's happening? Hold on. Something about my controls has changed. Huh? What? Did I turn something on that I shouldn't have? System config. Wait. This is character config. UI settings? No, control settings. Enable direct chat. What? And now it's acting normal again? What the fuck? What just happened? What? What? For some reason, hitting any button was bringing up my chat window. Like, if I hit Y, it would automatically start typing a message in Yell Chat. If I hit A, it would start typing in Alliance Chat. If I hit S, it would start typing in Say Chat. What? That's so weird. What did I do? This fish doesn't exist. This fish ain't real. See, and this is kind of my big thing with this class, this gathering style. is I do actually just kind of just have to sit here and like wait for the stars to align and for the right guy to show up. Like he's one of these fish that just hasn't decided to show up yet. Condition, weathered, both are blank. It's just like a rare fish in this area. A dust fish. Still not what I'm after. Probably this one. This one says it has weather restrictions and time stuff. So please, please be my desert catfish. Please be my desert catfish. Nope, another dust fish. Oh, there we go. Just in time, too. We can head to Lenosha and start catching our whatever they are. Get rid of the rest of these. I should have desynced those. Oh, well. We have no culinarian desynth at this point. Okay. So we have to go to Costa del Sol. We get the actual page for this guy pulled up so I can see where it is we need to be fishing from. Anywhere near actual Costa del Sol. Eorzean minutes before we can start catching these. Oh, we're gonna go out to the end of the docks. What is it I need for this? It's spoonworms. It was spoonworms. And I think we're still missing another one after this, so ordinarily I like to prep stuff like this ahead of time, you know. I just I didn't know that we'd be finishing the Botanist quest so fast, and I didn't know which one I would pick after that, so just so happened to be Fisher so that I could get all these out of the way immediately. But that's fine. We're still waiting on Odin. Okay, so anytime a 1 exclamation mark pops up, it is the fish we're after, pretty much. It's the only one in this area. Now, there is, like, a trick with, like, timing and stuff where you can, like, guaranteed only catch the fish you're after because they take a variable amount of time to catch. Like, if I look at this one, you know, I just, okay, they don't say how long they take to catch on the wiki. But there are resources out there that will, like, explain this to you where it is relevant. I bet it's just not relevant here. Either way, this doesn't seem to be actually that hard. It's just, like, annoying waiting for the proper time. That's a 2-star. We don't care about this. Will I remember to desynth it? Probably not. Okay, and we are not getting lucky anymore. Yeah, the really annoying thing about this one is if we don't get enough of them in time, you know, the full 10, it takes 36 minutes for it to be the proper time for this again. It's awful. It's really bad. Nope, don't need whatever this is. At least the Costa del Sol theme is nice. Kind of relaxing. I could literally hide the UI and do this just the same. I've just realized I actually won't know what I'm catching. Because it won't show me anymore. We need 4 more. Oh, we need 3 more. I have a feeling, yeah, okay. That one was going on for too long. I should have bought those 2 listed separately on the market board. I was just thinking, like, you know, if I can't get all 10, why would I bother? But, like, it does cut down the amount we need to farm. Oh my god. Stop giving me not what I'm after. Weather restrictions. Yes. Okay. I don't normally even look through this. Because, like, God, what a nightmare. Stop giving me the 2 one. I don't want them. As someone who's not going to fill out the fishing log ever on any character, them just adding more stuff to it is just, like, killing me. Like, I'm not after any... Oh my god, again? What is the % chance of catching this thing? Does anyone have it listed? No. No, they don't. Oh, almost forgot the most important part. The light. Okay. Okay. It's gonna pop Earth's Fount just to spite me at this point. Okay, we need 1 more. We need 1 more. Please. This one is going for too long. This is a 2. This one's a 2. I can feel it. It's actually interesting, now that I think about it. It calculates what you're catching the moment you put your rod out. That's interesting. Please. Please, I am begging. Please. No! I hate fishing! I hate fishing! Please? Oh my god, it is being so stingy. I don't want whatever this is. Yep. At least I can train Culinarian decent. I don't know what Culinarian Desynth is actually used for, now that I think about it. Oh my god. It knows I'm on my last one. It's gonna stall for the entirety of the 36 minutes this fish is available for. It's gonna stall for the whole time. Oh! I'm done. I'm done. Get me out of here. We're done. We're done. As much as I love the goblins, they have once again made life much more difficult for me. Hello, Toctics. A 10 fish of Moonful is for Toctics. Please take this away from me before I destroy them all with my bare hands. Yes, Fishbringer has brought lovely fish from Moonsea. First eye catch of lovely fish is still fresh in brain case of Toctics. Toctics has dreamings to taste lovely fish. Friendly friend Fishbringer has made true Toctics big dreams. Glory tales of Chucharoon are no silly babble. Fishbringer is Fishbringer of fairy legends. Toctics make sure every gobby knows Fishbringer fairy legend. Okay, goodbye, Toctics. Congratulations, Fishbringer. Fame with fast-fading goblins is liable to bring you fortune. Although, you might want to find a less pungent title so as not to drive away other prospective patrons. But what's in a title? That much we call a fishbringer. Oh my god. Yeah, a fishbringer by any other name would smell just as sweet. Again, thank god these are funny. They're like pretty entertaining for the most part. We're just gonna... it's funny, I'm pretty sure these always turn into fine sand when you desynth them. There's nothing, like, particularly rare about them, like, that can come out of them. But it still increases our desynth level just the same. And as you can imagine, fine sand is completely worthless. It's just useless. Oh, that one turned into a bronze piece. That's funny. Okay. Your goblin-friendly friend was looking for you earlier. He was hoping you'd make his fishiest fantasies come true. He recalled the dish that tickled his fancy some years ago and now needs you to procure the necessary fish for him. This desert catfish, as it's apparently called, is indigenous to, and this is the truly mind-boggling part, the desert of all places. Toctics spoke of a trapper named Ugoro Muli who'd fished one out of the Forgotten Springs in the southern reaches of Thanalan. If you want that catfish, you'd best go and speak with her. You guys ready for like a crazy revelation? I'm not a fish guy. I've never once liked a dish, like a seafood dish, other than calamari is pretty good, and takoyaki I liked. I wasn't like super crazy about takoyaki. I wouldn't eat like a lot of it or anything, but it was enjoyable. It was like a kind of weird dough ball with an octopus piece in the middle of it. Friend of Toctics, you say? Sure, dune fished my fair share of desert catfish. Never eat them, though. Know that much. Only ever use them as sandworm bait. Thought of eating desert catfish hadn't occurred to me until the goblin devoured it before my eyes. Still wouldn't touch them myself. Different fish for different folk, as they say. No problem fishing them out, though. Can't even tell you how it's done. Just comes down to the right bait in the right place. Nothing to it, really. Easy as dropping a line to some sand leeches at the fishing hole east of Iragot Strike, near the Amalja encampment. Not the same as the sea fishing here in the dunes, mind you. Real test of your reel out there. Trick is to hold on when it flails. Only takes one to make the day's haul. Good hunting. Yeah, what they don't mention is that these things are ungodly rare. Like, took me a hot minute to get one. Gathering, as you can imagine, is based off of, like, stats of yours. And really annoying thing, the other ones will show you, they will, like, have the item there, and they will list a percentage of, like, your chance to gather it. Fisher will tell you nothing. There's no additional information provided. It gets a little annoying. Fishbringer find tasty fresh fish cat in Sandylands for friendly friend Toctix. But whatever it is you said, I did that. Toctix's Thanksgiving to Fishbringer for lip-smacking fish cat. Fish cat nose strings make for strengthful satchel strands. Toctix trades tongue flaps with Lingsath for fancy cooking of fish cat in Bismarck. Lingsath only fancy cooks after shoplock because of strengthful fish cat odor. Fishbringer makes Toctix one happy gobby. Look, Square wrote the words, I'm just reading them to you, okay? I don't know what he's saying to me either. Decent that. Throw this thing in the pile of bait that we're amassing. We already have our best fishing rod that we're going to get reasonably, so. Do we have this next one yet? Hold on. So, this one's the desert catfish. We need 5 rain collars. We have all the others. We just need the rain collars now. Let me take a look. No. No fucking way. Oh, this is so much worse than I remember. Just the fisher I was hoping to see. Uncanny timing, as always. The celebrity you've achieved has resulted in more obscure requests than I know what to do with. Your dune fishing escapades in particular have raised eyebrows. Truly eccentric requests I've seen fit to turn away, but who can say no to the Brugair Consortium? I, for one, cannot. But perhaps you'll have something else to say when you speak with Cybele. She's waiting for you outside the guild. Ah, Miku, I take it. The legends said you were svelte, but failed to mention how voluptuous you are as well. Don't say that to me. I have no doubt that our time together will be advantageous to us both. To business, then. I want you to bring me rain collars from Gridania's Jadeite Flood. However, there's a catch to this catch. The rain collars spend most of their time lying dormant on the bed of the water, active only when the rains come. Keep an eye on the skies, and you'll need the fish to be aroused, so that they'll bite at the bait. Stem borers are the most effective, or so I am told. As to why we want them, the fish are prized by wealthy Oldans for possessing certain properties, and it's a custom of the Brugair Consortium to fulfill unconventional needs and desires. 5 rain collars are all we require to satisfy the aristocrat's needs. So when I said, like, oh my fucking god, are you kidding me? This is what I was reacting to. Like, you cannot be serious. Like, oh my god. Hold on. Stem borers I get from Admiranda, yet again, saving me. Back to New Gridania. Please be raining. Please be raining in Gridania. Please be raining in Gridania. Ah! It's eternal pain. There's nothing I can do to progress these quests tonight. There are none on the market board. It's not raining in Gridania, so they cannot be caught right now. Where's the Sky Watcher person? Is that this person? No, it's a Chocobo Keep. There's an NPC standing around nearby. Sky Watcher, there they are. This person will tell you... Ah, it's raining! It's raining! It started raining! I have to move fast. They want me to get 5 of these. Okay. So the Jadeite Flood is... oh my god. Oh my god. It's like the most annoying spot to get to because there's no Aethernet shard near it. It's right around here. So I need stem borers. I need stem borers. Please give me stem borers. Move, Miku, move. Yoshi P is smiling upon Miku tonight. My god. So this is... It is, like, down south from here. Stem borer. Oh my god. Stem borer. Okay. Okay, it is raining. What do you mean? This is where I have to fish. According to the map, this is where I have to fish. What do you mean? What do you... Oh my god, it's down there. Oh my god, it's like below me. Ah! Nope. Have to take the stairs. Can't jump. Yoshi P hates us. This is torment. This is worse than torment. This is worse than torture. How do I actually fish here? What the fuck? Where do I fish? Huh? Am I going insane? Oh, it glowed. It glowed for like a second. Where and how? You! He is smiling with evil intent. This is the worst thing ever. So this is... Oh, it hasn't... Oh my god. Okay, we need to catch 4 before the game stops raining. This is hellish. This is a nightmare, actually. Nope, that's not one of them. Oh. Please. No! Oh my god. There are not other 2 stars that can spawn right now, I think. So it's literally just this guy. And we need like 4 more of him. Time to eat those words is like the other one that seems to be in the list. Will spawn right now. Oh god, okay. Oh my god. I do not want the 1-star garbage. I just send me the 2s, please. I need the rain collars so bad. We might be able to clear all of the fishing quests in one night. I'm sorry, the Storm Dancer? Yeah, I didn't think I had the stats for that. Okay. Sure, yeah, Storm Dancer pop, whatever. Who gives a shit anymore? Anything can happen, I guess. That's the rarest fish in this pond, and you need 300 gathering to be able to catch it at all. And Miku currently has 258, so she cannot catch it at all, no matter what. No. No. I do not want the ones. Please give me the 2s. Give me the rain collars. There's an ability we get later called Surface Slap that scares away any fish that are of the same type as the one we got. And there's also one called Identical Cast, which we unlock way later. That is a godsend for missions like this. Please let me be done. Please give me a rain collar so I can be done. I'm gonna cry. Are you kidding me? I didn't even know the maiden carp could spawn right now. Please. Please. Oh my god, we're done. Okay. Miku does not have to fish again until I finish Heavensward. Oh my god. Now to speedrun the last few quests. We are one of 2 people in the Earth's Fount queue right now, by the way. We have been waiting for an hour. On this session alone, we have been queued for an hour and a half tonight. When I said that, like Earth's Fount does not pop, it is, like, basically an unavailable trial. This is what I meant. You can't get into it, ever. Bring us 5 rain collars from Gridania's. Yeah, okay. Fucking take this from me, please. I knew you were the right lass for the job. Who else could deliver such rare and virile specimens? These will suit the old Don's purposes quite well. The elder males have been led to believe that ingesting rain collars will endow them with, let us say, vigor. No one knows whether it is true, and I personally don't care to find out. I only know that rich men will stop at nothing to recapture their former glory, and so these fish should fetch a fair price at market. Speaking of fetching, I'm quite impressed with your handiwork, Miku. The Consortium will be pleased. Of course, you've pleased more than just the Consortium. I look forward to seeing more of you. Please never speak to me again. It's the least you could do. After that request, no thanks. Let's see, we can descend you. I'm sorry, the reward for that one is more stem borers. Are we being serious right now? Viagra fish. I was trying not to say it, but yes. Yes, that is exactly what that fish is for. All right, fish, you're all sand now. Congrats. Anyways, hello, Sissipu. Okay, almost done. Oh, so you haven't forgotten the Old Fisherman's Guild? Good to see all that, all the prestige and glamour that accompanies the fishing stardom hasn't gone to your head. It's a wonder your head hasn't popped, what with all the sardine and catfish fables inflating your legend to prodigious proportions. And to think, I knew you when you were still dredging anchovies out of the muck. Rest assured that whatever greatness you go on to achieve, you'll always be the sorry scrap of kelp that floated into the guild one fateful day, as far as I'm concerned. Now go speak with Sibel and see to her request. No, anything but that. Didn't you notice her waiting for you outside? I like that Sissipu is getting more and more aggressive at us. It's really funny. Ah, Miku, the libidinous lords of Ul'dah. Don't say that. Don't say that to me, please. We're terribly excited by the rain collars you reeled in, sending our profits soaring accordingly. And so I come to lay yet another challenge before you. No. You have conquered the waves and the dunes, but what of the clouds? Only you are heavenly enough to fish the cloud cutters that swim the low skies of Ishgard within the sea of clouds. I too doubted my ears upon hearing of such fish, but Carvalian's resolve was adamant, and he will hear no protests. Besides, I've never been one to say no. Luckily for us, the Brugaire Consortium has friends in high places, namely the Highlands of Kurthus. You'll want to seek out Firmament at White Brim Front. He will tell you all you need to know. Confident you will prevail to your in your conquest, I have rendered full payment to Sissipu in advance. You need only bring her 5 cloud cutters to satisfy me. Sibel? Sibel, this quest does not give me gil. What do you mean payment? I don't make any money off this. Oh my god, I have to actually go talk to him. I have to actually go talk to him. Oh, God. Anyone putting up a party finder first mount? No, okay. Again, I'd rather not host one myself. I don't want to put the name Hatsune Miku into the party finder and fucking get a bunch of people joining to be like, Hatsune Miku, whoa, you know, a million times. That sounds like it'd be really annoying. It also probably wouldn't get us a party that actually knows how to fight Odin. He's not particularly difficult, but it's... I don't know. He's still a trial you can pretty easily fuck up. Greetings, traveler. Visitors from Linsulamits are rare to these climes. I'm told you seek to fish the magnificent cloud cutters that grace the Sea of Clouds. As squires, we practice catching our dinner, but the task is trying even for the most experienced among us. How one unaccustomed to the chore might hope to succeed, where so many have accomplished fishermen have failed is beyond me, but mine is not to stand in the way of foolhardy endeavors. The fish float upon inflating pockets of vapor, allowing them to ride currents of air. They are thus able to escape predators and take refuge in the clouds. Moreover, an aerial fish requires an aerial worm, in this case hoverworms. Such is the extent of knowledge that I will confer unto you. I fear the remainder is a matter of experience and skill. I should wish you good luck. You will surely need it. Oh my god. Hellish. Hellish nightmare. So you're to pluck 5 cloud cutters from the skies of Kurthus. Are we sure these aren't birds? Here you go. The fabled cloud cutters. It turns out they weren't birds after all. Just like jellyfish, they jump, jerk, and jolt to jiggle themselves up. Well, speaking of things that float around aimlessly, Ishgardians consider the cloud cutter a crest of class and character, and confer them to commemorate and congratulate countrymen who commit conduct a cut above the clouds, if you will. I won't, but what use would it be to Carvalian? Local lore alleges that a legendary Elizin in Limsa Lominsa is actually an Ishgardian lord. I wonder what you'd do if it were Carvelian. I would do what I'm going to do anyway. Deliver the fish. They are filling my inventory with garbage. They have given me so much crap that I don't know what to do with. Yeah, I'm just gonna sell a lot of these, I think. Oh shit, crab oil. That might actually sell for a lot. There we go, the final Fisher quest for ARR. We're done after this. Gods, this is unbelievable. According to an age-old adage, when the going gets tough, the tough go fishing. Unfortunately, the adage is of little use when the tough going happens to be a fishing ban. Oh, you haven't heard, have you? Rogadin name. Ainzar Slaffierson. Ainzar Slaffierson. Not real. That name is not real. No one ever said that out loud. Has closed all docks and ports for fishing vessels on the authority of Admiral Merowyn. Some sorry sailors supposedly spotted a serpent at sea, and so Slaffierson stated that for our safety, all our services must cease. It's all so frustrating. Well, we may be a group of sedentary fishers, but we're not about to take this sitting down. First, you'll need to know what we're up against. The Brugere Consortium maintains ties to the Maelstrom, so Sibel may know something we do not. It's time to go fishing for information. The big draw with this is that I believe this is the first time they will ask you to catch a legendary fish. Certainly a pleasure to see you again, though I wish it were under happier circumstances. The news came as a shock to us as well. Any Leminson who's ever boarded a boat has heard the tale. Back when the world was not but dry, lifeless rock, Limlane created a giant serpent from its massive maw. The creature spat forth water until the land was filled, but it would not stop. To prevent the world from becoming completely submerged, the navigator trapped the serpent in a floating island with the warning that if it were ever to be freed, the seas would rise until the world ended. This is where the thalassocratic motto, "till sea swallows all," comes. You can imagine the admiral's surprise upon learning a sailor claims to have actually seen the serpent in question. Well, you and I may recognize it as a fairy tale aimed to scare children. The panic in the streets is real, and so Slaffierson hasn't any choice but to take the drastic measures in order to maintain the peace. Regrettably, those drastic measures have dire consequences for both your guild and my consortium, and the Maelstrom is too occupied with ship inaugurations to conduct a proper inquiry. Meaning, our only hope is to take matters into our own firm yet supple hands. I think she's hitting on me. May be impossible to prove the sea serpent does not exist, but perhaps the testimony of eyewitnesses could be impugned. I believe you've met the sailor responsible for the sighting, the one known as Choocharoon. You. Choocharoon see big fish at sea. Some say see sea serpent. Choocharoon would just want fish to fish. Sea fisherman Wawalago about fishing fish in sea. Crazy. Crazy that people saw a big fish. Wonder what it could be. Seen enough at sea to know when sailors are seeing things, and what Choocharoon saw was no sea serpent for sure. Missing your marks will make mountains out of molehills. Distances deceive and delude the minds of men at sea. My money says your serpent is a Maslea marlin, a fairly big fish, but by no means a monster. You can see them barreling back and forth along the north of the Bloodshore. But if spied from the shore, people will just shrug their shoulders. You need to make them meet that marlin up close and personal. I'll admit it's easier expressed than executed, and I've never nabbed one. If you don't loosen up your line, they'll rip your rod right out of your hands. But first, you need a bite. They won't waste their breath on worms from other waters. Maslea marlin demand mooching, far more familiar to you as fish wheeling, perhaps. And not just any mean act of mooching, but a daunting duty in the dramatic double mooch. I reckon you're ready for it. Get a goby ball and haul in a harbor herring. Once you've hitched your herring, offer it up to an ogre barracuda. Then bait that beast to make the Maslea Marlin bite. Makes me want to sail out myself, but Slafferson would slay any guildmaster who sights him. Besides, I'm sure Sisyphus would sooner see you succeed at it. So yeah, this... Let me just, again, to stress how ridiculous this task is. You have to catch a specific fish, and it has to be a large fish in order for you to mooch it. Technically speaking, we have this ability, Makeshift Bait, that lets us mooch a smaller sized fish. But reasonably, you're only going to be able to do this once. And you have to build up stacks of angler's art, which builds up every time you catch a large fish. So you're still going to be doing the large fish motions while using this. And if you fail it enough times, you get access to this thing. Action has no effect on fish caught prior to execution. Awesome. So anyways, you have to catch the first fish, and then you have to use that fish to catch the second fish, which is a rare chance, and that thing also has to be large, so you need to be able to mooch it then again to get the rare chance at catching this thing. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. I've never done it properly. I always just buy one off the market board. I accept that finishing the fish requests costs money. It's dumb. I can't believe we're reduced to this. Still, Wawalago's never been right for running a guild. He's never been wrong about a fish. If he says her sea serpent is a Maslea Marlin, that's what it is. That's the Marlin? I can see how some might mistake it for a monster. Hopefully, Slafferson will see it the same. Come, Seabell arranged for us to speak with the Grand Storm Marshal. Is this our first time seeing this guy? So many moons has it been, I can scarcely remember the last time I boarded a merchant ship for anything other than an inspection. Quite comfortable indeed aboard the luxurious fleet of the Bruguer Consortium, no doubt, to put crooked mongers and traffickers at ease while making illicit deals at sea. Perish the thought, we would never dream of calling the Grand Storm Marshal to a vessel where such roguery took place. A shame, I'd imagine those sort of vessels were the most fun. I suppose we'd then best tend to business. Of course, sir. Allow me to introduce to you, the Maslea Marlin. God, it's gigantic. Great Limlayan's ghost. The blurry thing's massive. However did you catch it? Though I suppose it doesn't matter. At any rate, it's your connection, it's your contention that the Marlin is our sea serpent. You can sing yourself to sleep with that silly sea serpent story, but it still won't hold water. I knew things were proceeding too smoothly. You always know just the wrong time to act the guildmaster, don't you? Never you mind. I've known Wabalago long enough to not to mind his manners. Unlike his fish, I know when I'm being baited. Boy, you've been baiting and bullying us with your ban. Will you let up and lift it? Fine question. To lift the fishing ban or not to lift the fishing ban? What to do, what to do. On one hand, I could lift the ban. On the other... Now who's the one baiting? Why not? Of course, there are formalities we must observe, so I'm afraid the declaration will have to wait till tomorrow. And the ban will be lifted, won't it? Unless you prefer it weren't. By no means, it's just I feared that simply bringing you a large fish might fail to serve as adequate evidence in overturning a formal military promulgation. Well, I never really believed all this sea serpent silliness in the first place. It was more about putting Luminson's minds at ease than anything else, and the Marlin you brought me should accomplish just that. Few of our more paranoid conspiracy theorists in the Maelstrom allege that the serpent to be part of an elaborate Sahagin plot, so this should make for a nice laugh at their expense as well. And to think, this all started because someone spotted a large fish. Yeah, haha. Really silly for them to think that someone tried to do something silly like summon Leviathan or something. Haha. Mhm. Can't. On an unrelated note, can't wait till we continue our MSQ. And because the fishtails are wont to grow in size, the large fish became serpent-sized and then ceased to be a fish altogether. Makes you wonder about what other sorts of overblown fantasies we've all been led to believe. Sounds like you're ready to lift the ban, whenever or whether we brought you the Marlin or not. If only it were that simple. A fine grand storm marshal I would be if I went lifting bans willy-nilly without any evidence. The problem had been solved. This Marlin is essential to assuaging? I think it's assuaging the irrational fears of the public. One of those words, I know what it means. I read it. I feel like I read it a lot, but like I never said it out loud before. Well, then I suppose Miku's efforts weren't for naught. After all, I only wonder how the fishtail grew out of proportion in the first place. I don't delight in delving into details, but that deed might have been my doing. Why am I not surprised? When I mentioned to Chichiroon that the Maslaya Marlin was a monster, I meant it metaphorically, but mayhap he misunderstood. I think it would be in my best interests, in the best interest of all involved, if I don't hear any more of this story. Maelstrom expresses its gratitude for your efforts in bringing this evidence to light. Your guild will be notified when the fishing ban is formally lifted. I bid you good day. Okay. Well, that's over, I suppose. Terrifying to think that a little exaggeration can get out of hand, particularly when you consider how often fishermen exaggerate. But it sounds like Slafferson knew something was fishy all along. Nevertheless, you saved our guild from destruction at the hands of an imaginary sea serpent. Funny how how do you say that? Molika? What? Delivered you to our doorstep just when we needed you most, and I certainly can't consider you a guppy anymore. Now that you've caught a marlin, the guildmaster himself never quite reeled in. I'd say we name you the guildmaster, but then Wawalago would have nothing to dodge, and I'm not ready to let that fish off the hook so easily. But I suppose we could at least let him know that he has a rival. And that might be your finest fishing accomplishment of all, luring Wawalago back to work. And there's the Fisher quests. Done forever. Well, until we get to Heavensward. Nope, doesn't look very good. Tossing it. Come on. Alright, I believe with that... I'm selling these Northern Krill. We're done for the evening. That was every gathering quest. We're done with them. We have one class quest left to do. And then we have to do all of our Disciples of the Hand quests. I'll calculate how many we have eventually and start prepping them ahead of time. They're going to take a while, so... Unfortunately, it seems Earth's Fount is not going to be kind to us tonight, so... this is normally the part where I would go and log out, but I have things I need to accomplish, such as putting Miku back where she belongs on Goblin, and moving, like, selling some stuff and junk, the normal end of the night stuff. Yeah, next stream is going to be at some point next week. I promise we're going to do Pokemon next week. This week was extremely busy. I feel like I've been hit by a truck right now. So at some point next week, probably Thursday, I'm leaning towards Thursday. We'll do some Pokemon, and then Sunday, of course, we'll be back at Miku. And that is everything I've got for the evening. So thank you everyone for watching. Lots of reading on this stream. Oh my god. And yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do next stream. I'll figure it out eventually. But yeah, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and have a great night, everybody.